I remember working with a couple who told me, we never really fight. We're super close. And at first, that sounds so ideal, right? But the more we talked, the more I realized what they really meant was, we're close because we pretend there are no problems. Well, that kind of closeness feels safe on the surface, but I've learned to call it a false safety because underneath, it's fragile, filled with unspoken tension that doesn't disappear. It's more like it's hiding out, and later, it leaks out. Real closeness doesn't come from avoiding hard things, it comes from facing them. What actually deepens a relationship is the ability to rupture and then repair. That's dynamic safety. The kind of closeness that says we can disagree, we can mess up, we can even hurt each other, and we can also come back together stronger. This dynamic safety isn't about perfect harmony. It's much more about resilience. One woman I worked with had been biting her tongue for months. She hated how close her partner was getting to a colleague at work. It made her feel so unsettled, but she didn't want to start a fight. She didn't even know how to bring it up. Finally, she tried what I call care-frontation. She sat down and said, "This is hard for me to bring up, and I'm afraid it's going to cause tension. But I care about us too much not to talk about it." And yes, the conversation was awkward. It did stir up defensiveness at first, but eventually it opened a doorway. And for the first time, they weren't pretending. They were talking. And on the other side of that awkwardness, they felt closer because they'd risked honesty for the sake of real connection. So here's the shift. False safety says we're close because we avoid problems. And dynamic safety says we're close because we can rupture and repair. And care-frontation, it says, I care about us too much to keep quiet. Even if it's hard, I want to talk about this thing. So if you want your relationship to deepen, it's not about avoiding conflict. It's about learning to say and hear the hard things. So let me ask you, what's one thing you've been avoiding saying? And if you want a safe space to practice what I mean by care-frontation without losing connection, that's exactly what we do inside of the Rekindle community. You'll find the link below. We'd love to have you join us.